Okay. So, okay. My mic audio might be super quiet, I don't know. Okay. So, how's my mic audio? Is it bad? Good? Terrible? I don't know. It's not the best. I really need to get a better mic setup, but that'll have to come eventually. I don't know when I'll be able to get that, but we'll see. In any case, uh, yeah, cool. So, also let me know if the music turns staticky or something, because that's happened before and I don't want that to happen again, so. Anyways, so I'm actually in the wrong repo, or I'm in the wrong place. So, gonna work on the nvim-matrix-bot, which I'll go to the repo. So, um, so let me see. Okay, so yeah, just gonna work on this. So this has a problem right now, and I mean y'all watching right now know. Anyways, I don't really have to explain it. But yeah, code injection and stuff. Also, this is a problem also, which is basically like this stuff doesn't work, which I might be able to fix, but I don't actually know if I'll be able to fix that, but we'll see. And um, I'd like to at some, I mean, it might not happen this stream. I'd like it to happen this stream, but we'll see. I'd like to try and like get started porting this to Rust, but I don't know if I'll do that. I would really like to. This is what I'd rather be doing, but I kind of need to fix the matrix bot before someone else is like, "Hey, I'm gonna make one because Smock is terrible," and yeah, you know. So let's see. I don't. Yeah. Okay. So I've actually already kind of started on this. Kind of. And if I can get through this entire stream without showing my API key, I will count that as a win. Um, yeah, currently the access token is read from JSON, and I'm going to move this off screen real quick so that I can. Well, it should just work actually, but I just want to. Okay, yeah, so I've got the API key. Um, hopefully I don't accidentally like cat that or something, like print line. Like let's make sure I don't send that. Um, also, I should, do I wanna, how do I wanna do this? Cause I have to kind of like test some stuff, and I guess I can, I don't know, I think you have to kind of be logged into Element for this to work. And is there a way I can like view an Element room without actually logging in? I don't know. Um, cause like testing is gonna be interesting. I guess I could just, well, I don't know. It's not, well, the chat that I'd be testing with isn't bridged to Gitter, so that's not gonna work. I guess I could just like, I don't know. I mean, I could just collapse all this stuff and then you wouldn't be able to see that. That works, I guess. Well, it doesn't work because element's kind of annoying. Um, can I just create a random room? I could do that, I guess. I'm just trying to think how I can, you know. Yeah, I guess I could. You know what? Actually, I can do that. I can create a getter room which will be bridged to. This is gonna be clunky, but it'll work. I can create a getter room that I can bridge to matrix, and then I can just like look at it on getter or something. It's clunky, but I think it'll work. So we'll just see that. Or wait, don't I already actually have one of these? Actually, I think I might actually already kind of have a test room that I use or have or whatever. Yeah. So the question is, can I join it? No, Gitter's still around, but I don't know. It's kind of it's very much a second class citizen. Um, but, you know, that's okay. But yeah, it's very much second class. I gotta figure out how to join this. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter right now because, you know what? Actually, yeah. Okay, here's what we'll do. I'll skip the element integration stuff. That's kind of annoying, but I'm gonna skip that because I've kind of got that working now, and so we can just focus on the actual like making tag searching work and everything, and then I'll just do that other stuff off screen because I don't want to deal with like trying to juggle all that. So we'll just skip that part because I've already kind of done it. Basically, so this is doesn't use the only external libraries this version uses is urec, which is really cool. So urec, so I'm writing this in Rust, and if we go to crates.io, urec is this. So I found this, and it's very lightweight. It's just a lightweight HTTP client. It's blocking because I don't need it to be async, and so I use that, and then I also just use JSON for the JSON deserialization, which I technically don't. Well, actually, yeah. So I use that for JSON deserialization, and then basically I just wrote this stuff to actually connect to it by matrix user and matrix password, and then I created a little matrix client struct here, which just contains the access token, and you can log in, which just sends the. I need way. Yeah, yeah. And, but I basically just create this response here, or I do login, and so I basically just follow the Matrix API, which I can try and find, but it's really annoying. Because you can't search Matrix API, because look, if you search Matrix API, because Matrix is just like, oh, never mind. Okay, that works perfectly well. I stand corrected. Never mind. I was gonna say it pulls up stuff on like Matrix, like the movie, but which it sometimes does. Um, but it didn't that time, so that's cool. Anyways, just following this sort of stuff. So like how like what the JSON is for different. Why do you hate Matrix? Um, but just it shows the different like stuff for whatchamacallit. Like it like I just follow the authentication and stuff that you would normally have with this. So you basically just set your headers, and then you send the JSON string, which is just this stuff, and you send it to your login endpoint, and then you do again, sending stuff to the message in order to send a message, and blah blah blah. It's just kind of general JSON stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Matrix is annoying. It's like trying to search for Crystal. Like I think I once searched for like the Crystal programming language, and like for something for it, and I got like it was like recommendations for like uh like crystals for like uh what is the word, like crystals for like fortune telling or something. I was like, that's not right. So, when you have to append programming language to the end of your search, it's very annoying. Um, Same thing with like Rust. Like even Rust is that way, although Rust is popular enough that generally you don't have that problem. But yeah. Anyways, so have sync once. Basically, what sync once does is it just syncs with it just queries extra messages based on like a previous thing. Because basically the way Matrix's API works is you basically have this next batch, and if you don't have a next batch field, it just gets like the first set of syncs, and then it gives you in the return from that response, it gives you a next batch here, which is what I'm getting here as a return. So when you sync once, you get a batch back, and then you send that in the next request, so you don't keep getting the same messages over and over again. Um, and so I think that's kind of standard for a lot of things in terms of like APIs like this. And then I have this little handler for handling a sync response, and then with sync, this is like sync forever. You basically just loop over, and then now in this case, so what I have is sync once. Do I sleep? Where do I sleep? Because basically, well, I don't do it actually right now. But what I should be doing is doing like a stood thread sleep, and then just sleep for however long. And you can just do like sleep ms to make life easier, like this, and then just do like 1,000. So you like sleep for a second and then check. And so you're just continually polling the endpoint to check for new messages, which is actually I think how their normal API works that I actually currently use for the bot now, or I did use. The bot obviously is not running, but um, basically you had this like, where is it? Also, you can see I have way more dependencies on this one, so I'm able to make it much smaller. But I have this Matrix SDK, and the Matrix SDK is massive, and you can't really like make it small. Also, this is way more complicated because it's async, and it doesn't need to be. It should just be blocking. I don't need the async because uh, like asynchronous is when you're trying to do other stuff at the same time, or kind of like like around the same time as you're doing things. So like while you were sleeping, for example, like here, you could be doing work, but I'm not doing any work, so I'm just waiting in that time. So there's no need to have it to be asynchronous because you're just continually like blocking each poll. Because I don't have a reason not to be blocked. Like I'm not doing anything in the background, so I don't need async, which is why I swapped to urec. And this cuts down on the dependencies a ton. So like if I do cargo build here, I only have 37 dependencies. I think on the normal bot it's like over 200. So it's way worse. So I was very happy about that to get this much further down and just be lighter weight and just simpler. Um, and since I only really need to like sync with it and send messages, I don't really care that it's I don't really care beyond like I don't like just having it this simple is perfectly fine for me. And it's only 146 lines, and I touch barely any part of the Matrix API, so it just doesn't really matter to me to have it to not use their SDK stuff. Now, granted, if you were doing like verified sessions and stuff, you probably would want to because they have a whole crypto library or whatever, like that just does things. I don't know. I'm not even sure why they use the word crypto, because to me crypto means like cryptocurrency, but I guess there's cryptographic stuff that isn't related to cryptocurrency. But anyways, that's all a thing. But I'm not doing any of that, so I don't need it. Non-pessimization. I know you love that word. No. Anyways, um, so yeah, so that's kind of what that is, and that's what I've got so far. I had written this. I wrote this like a while ago. This was fairly recently, but yeah. So now I need to actually. Oh, this is deprecated. Okay. Well, TIL. Anyways, so that's that. What I need to do now is actually write the code to parse the tags on the system and basically I need to basically essentially replicate the help functionality, like this stuff, like here. If I do help, I help like this, I want to basically like what the messages should be like is it should be help like this, and then hello. Like so, like if I'm obviously, I mean, like the way I want the bot to work is if you say help and then your command, right? Or not command, it'd be help and then doc name or whatever. And so like you just can call like help or help, you know, multiple helps. So you like help there, help, I don't know, like help the command, whatever. So you can have multiple of these in one string. So I basically want to do that, but I need to be able to search for them in order to do that. So what we'll do is we'll like separate on spaces, and we can just check for this first part in each message. Whenever we sync and get a message, we can handle it and blah blah blah. That stuff I'm not gonna actually handle. I'm just gonna worry about the searching to get the doc file name until they get the tag and stuff. So that's gonna take some that's gonna be arguably the hardest part of this. And this is actually how the Vim, like our Vim, like the Vim subreddit and the NeoVim subreddit have the like a bot that does this stuff. And so I'm basically replicating that, but I'm not going to read the code because mine is MIT licensed and theirs is GPL, so I'm not going to read their code. Otherwise, you know, license issues. So that's why I'm going to be doing this myself, and hopefully I can get it working. So that's enough talking. Let's see if we can actually get this. So the tag files here. Actually, wait, my nvim is installed in a different place because I don't use Homebrew. So, I think it's like user local lib, maybe. I think yes. So basically, nvim's it has like tag files here or not. Wait, is it in lib? Where is it? I can't remember. It's runtime, isn't it? Where is it? I don't remember. Oh, it'd be in share nvim runtime, right? Yeah. So tags, where is it? It's like tags. So there's a tags file. So this is what we need to search essentially, and this will mean that we only have the built-in whatever. But actually, if you look at like plugins, so I'm probably gonna have like a base amount of plugins installed on the bot itself, like on the system that runs the bot, so you can have help for different. Well, actually, no, I probably won't do that because then you wouldn't actually be able to see the help. Because nvim-io only has the docs for core, so never mind. But what I'll do, or if we check, like, what I was just gonna say was if you check like, that's fun. Anyways, wow, this is bright. Can I change the? Yeah, it's much better. That's funny. So, um, okay, so let's go to doc. I thought you had a tags file in these. Maybe you don't. I thought you did. I thought there was like a tags file that you would like write with these. I don't, but I guess not. Never mind. I guess I'm wrong there. I don't remember why I thought that actually. Um, anyways, so all I need to do is just parse this tags file. Yeah, that's funny. Anyways, so I just gotta parse this tags file, and yeah, and do that. So I actually don't know where NeoVim parses this in core. I don't really. I also don't really know why I'm right, or why I'm right. What? Why I'm right? What? Why am I going here to search for it? But that's what I'll do. So like, would it be like, what would it be called internally? Like help something? I'm going to the actual repo on my computer because this is gonna take like rg help or something. I don't know. Like art nope. Like rg help or something. Like what website? Oh, I just meant like why I was going to get up to try and search for this. I shouldn't. That's dumb. Or that's probably dumb because it's kind of annoying. I don't remember where the Vim function would be called. Like help? Maybe I could find it with like the doc string or something. And X commands. That sounds about right. X help. That's what it'd be called. That makes. I forgot that. I knew there was that convention of like void something, like something, and then command, but I didn't remember it was X. Anyways, so let's I should have a counter side note for future streams. I should have a counter every time I press colon W and enter because it's so I do that so much. That and like NOH. Um anyways, so what we have is the wonderful convention in C of declaring all of your variables right at the start. So beautiful. So how big is this function? It's actually not that big. This is actually not that big of a function, which is nice. But it's doing a lot of things. So do tags. What is this doing? What does this function do? Jump to tag, handling of tag commands, and tag stack. So this sounds about right. This seems like what we're dealing with, maybe. I don't even know what. Interesting. I don't really know what this does. This is beautiful. There's a global. Wait. There's actually a global for a tag stack. Interesting. Anyways, or I guess no, maybe not. Maybe I'm just wrong. So there's a lot of stuff going on here that I'm not exactly sure. I I'm not gonna get anything from this C code. I don't know why I'm even reading it. Let's just look at this from our perspective. So like currently, if we look at what the bot does, I mean, again, I don't know why I'm looking here. It's yeah, there are a lot of things going on in that code. So what we're doing is we actually have this, and we have text.html hash and then the help. So if we go to this and we use this kind of template, right? And we come here, and so we basically want to use this kind of template to find what we're looking for. So I want to see if I can construct it from just this information, and then I'll be able to kind of figure out what's going on. So if we have, for example, exclamation point, which, so first, basically, you run through this entire thing. This is my idea, just, I'm kind of thinking out loud here. If you run through this entire list, and I'm waving my hand, I don't know why I'm doing that because you can't see me, but basically, you go through this, and so the first thing, which is separated by a tab, that's gross. Anyways, separated by a tab, I guess, you have the first thing, and this tells you what your help is. So you're going to search through this, and I think this is actually ordered. It seems to be ordered alphabetically, and symbols are actually included in the alphabetically organization. But I've heard that, apparently this is organized alphabetically, which is great and makes my life much easier. So you can see it's like Z or whatever, so we can just binary search through this because we know. Apparently, I've never actually written a binary search, so I don't know. I'll look into it for this stream maybe. We'll see. But basically, um, you this first one is the help thing. So like if I'm doing like help nvim log file, we search through this, right? I've never actually noticed that these were alphabetically ordered, because like L and then R is later, and O, um, and then I've actually never noticed that. But we can do the exact same thing. Obviously, in this case, we're not going to be doing the suggestion stuff, so we don't really care. We're just going to search for the exact identifier and grab the closest one, probably. Although, we might have to, I don't know, do we have to get an exact match? We'll figure that out later. Um, anyways, so we basically compile a list. They're alphabetically ordered. What are you talking about? They're totally alphabetically ordered, dude. Look, how is this not alphabetic? I mean, minus the quotes. Yeah, it's nvim log file, but the star, or the star. It's not star. It's a dollar sign. The dollar sign is there. I think if you, yeah. What are you saying? It is alphabetic. And like, look, if we did, like, if I open this, and if I go, this is a dumb way of log listen. Oh, oh, right. That moment, yeah. Okay, that's not alphabetic. But okay, so the tab thing isn't alphabetic, but the identifiers are alphabetic. Or no, they aren't. Or wait, are they? Right, yeah. Okay, so actually in the file they're right. So quiet. In the file they're alphabetic. Not in the tab. That was me being stupid because I don't know the alphabet apparently. But in the file they're alphabetic. But like I think I don't even know why I'm doing console.log. If we do dot, this is the by the way this is the dumbest way to get the ACI value of a character. Also, why is are you telling? No. Okay, I was just confused. It actually it like completes the answer when you put length. Interesting. Anyways, what I was gonna do is just say char code at 0, and that's gonna be 36. But then if we do like, I think if we do like A or whatever, it might be going by char codes. I don't actually know. Or like it, yeah. So like it's alphabetic, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know, cause like the alphabet, like when you sing the alphabet or whatever, you don't have like $sign in there. But I think it might just be going by char codes, I guess, when you do alphabetically. I don't know. Um, but we'll figure that out. In any case, um, well, that's actually interesting. I'm curious, actually. What is the char code for? Whoops. Yeah, I'm a web dev, dude. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not really a web dev. I have experience with web development. Anyways, yeah. So you can get 123. So I guess you sort by, cause like Z is gonna be like 122. So yeah. So that's why. So it is ordered char code wise, which makes sense. And yeah. So you have this and everything else. Cool. It's weird that tilde is the like most. I don't know. I'm doing 2 zeros. Yeah. Okay. That works. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, by the way, is the music like too loud or too quiet, or is it good or anything? I just want to like, because if you can't, I don't actually know if you can even hear it. I can hear it, but just want to make sure that that's like there. Anyways, so if we try and construct this, like I was saying, if we have like home here, we know that the tag is. What is this last line doing? Is that just like the is that just like the pattern to search for in the file? Because like for a lot of stuff, it's gonna be the. But like you do help ACD. So that's one thing about. It's low. Okay, I can kind of turn it up a bit. Lol. Okay. Well. What's happening? I can't. I'm okay. This is the problem with latency. I can't know exactly what you're reacting to, but that's fine. So if I do so anyways, if we create nvim listen address, I mean I know you're right. Anyways, so if you do nvim listen address, it tells you what text file it is. So like if we look at this, or yeah, we'll just do nvim listen address. So you say okay, search for it. So if someone does help nvim listen address in the in element, then they send that in the chat, or well, they'd actually send exclamation. They send bang. But anyways, so they search that. You take this little thing and you say, okay, let's search through here, binary search. Bam, okay. So we find this. We find nvim listen address. Okay, so we're the program. We're going to say, okay, nvim listen address what we find. The next one, and we'll actually probably construct just a massive vector of 9,000 elements. I don't know, maybe, yeah, that's probably about right. So you just run through all this. When you start up the program, you parse all of it into structs, and so you just have like name, file, and tag or something. Maybe I don't know what I'll call it in the code. We basically say, okay, so we have this. So the code's gonna say, okay, you found this identifier. We're going to deprecated.text, so it's gonna say, okay, in the URL, it's gonna come over here, or it's gonna create deprecated.html, and then for the end thing, it's gonna say nvim listen address because this is what the identifier that you search for. So nvim listen address. And there you go. And it works. Now the question comes, and so you'll just do a binary search, and actually this is cool because one thing about NeoVim that's kind of, and obviously this link is then what it will reply with in the chat. So one interesting thing about nvim though that currently actually does not work with the bot as it currently stands is if you do help ACD and you don't put those quotes in nvim, it actually works. But with the current bot, it won't actually provide the right URL because you have to actually include the quotes here. So you actually do options.txt, right? So you can do like options.html, and then you actually have to include the quotes. So what it will currently do is just do ACD because that's what you search for, but that's not going to work. You actually have to include the quotes in there. And if you do, then it works. So what that means is basically just that this will actually work for free because now when we do the binary search, we can just say help ACD, and when we search, or if we do help ACD, it will search ACD and it will find this. This will be the closest match, or this will be the match, the first one that we find. And so it will search that, blah, 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 it will get this, and then it will actually just include the quotes with it because you're going to use this name to construct the URL instead of what the user searched for. So that will just work for free. Okay, so I think this works. Now, okay, I'm gonna hard code where the runtime files are, I think. I have tab stop set to 2. I think I do have tab stop set to 2. Commands and options that have the same name, give me an example. What's a command and option that has the same name? And also I don't think so because commands actually are prefixed by a colon. Yeah, it is 2. I don't know why it's 2. It probably should be 4. Help 5 sec. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay. E. Yeah, I don't like 8. Tab stop. 8 is insane. That's one thing I dislike about Go because when you read Go code on Rant Detour, when you read Go code, what's a good? I got one. What's a good Go? The Go, like when you read Go because they use tabs instead of spaces. I understand, hey, tab's great. Everyone can have the same, length, whatever, with, they can have their own way of viewing tabs because they can set tab stop to whatever they want. Or they can set their tabs to whatever space amount or whatever in their editor, and they can see it however they want to. That's great. But when you read on GitHub, look, the tabs are massive. And then when you get into super nested code, Golang doesn't really format it that. So you have this massive thing, and it's just so annoying to read sometimes when you have really long lines that scroll on forever. It's just terrible. I hate it. I'm more of 4 or 2 is what I think this should be set to by default. I think they should probably just have tabs be 4 by default on GitHub, but they don't, and I don't think there's even a way to change it. Oh, there is a way to change it? How do you do that? Isn't it an editor config in the repo or something? I don't know. But I don't write Go, so I don't really care too much. Also, why is the README? The README uses spaces instead of tabs? What? I don't know. This is actually, who cares? But this is more readable because you have 4 instead of 8. I don't know why the default on GitHub is 8. That's kind of crazy to me, but whatever. Anyways, I guess if you use tabs instead of spaces, you're crazy. I'm just kidding. There is an option? I mean, I'm not signed in right now, but because I'm using a different browser because reasons, but what am I clicking? Yeah. This is true. I don't even know what this is. This is an extension that changes it. That's funny. I guess you don't need that if it's a setting, but anyways, tab size preference. I did not know that was a thing. In fact, I'm gonna actually look at that right now because I'm curious. Appearance. Oh, that is a thing. Wow, you're right. I'm setting that to 4. Okay. Wow, thank you. I did not know that was a setting. That is cool. Okay. Anyways, so let's go ahead and write the code for this, I think. Yeah. Okay. I did not know that was a setting. Okay, so I still don't know why it's the default, but that's fine. So I gotta make sure not to open this file because it has my API key and stuff. But anyways, lib. So it's actually user local share runtime or share nvim runtime doc tags. Is the kind of thing we're gonna parse, and so this is gonna be our file that we parse. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna comment this out, and I'm gonna actually do like a little hash allow unused, so we don't get a ton of crazy things here, and then we're just gonna return. We're actually gonna leave the OK at the bottom here. Yeah, vim runs whatever. It's yeah. I like absolute paths. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, kind of. Oh, between function and option. So if we do like help shift width, and if someone only puts shift width, NeoVim does the first one, and in that case, that's going to be the option. But it does not matter. So what I'll probably do, I'm gonna have the same kind of functionality. So if you do help, if you write, and I might change this depending on how this works out, but if you write help shift width, it's gonna return the shift width function doc, because that comes first in the list, instead of the shift width option, which is like that. So if we do shift width, wait a minute, actually no. So it will actually be different from NeoVim. I don't know why that's like that. Why is that the case? Wouldn't it do the first tag instead of the second one? Because the first one's way up here. I have no idea why that is the case. But in this case, if you just do help shift width, it's going to actually provide the option, which I think makes sense as well, because obviously all the options are going to come before the functions, which I think makes sense, because if you do help shift width, if anything, I would almost consider this a bug, because if you do help shift width without the if you do help shift width without the why can't I speak? Without the quotes, the single quotes here, if you just do this, like whoops, if you just do this, you probably want the option, not the function, right? Because if you want the function, you're going to do help shift width with the function arguments, and you get that. So I would almost consider this a bug in NeoVim, but I don't know, and it's not that big of a deal, because it's like, well, just go to the right help. Okay. Had to go there for a sec. I still don't understand, because if it was matching the beginning of the string first, it still wouldn't. Oh, if it appears later in the string? Yeah, I'm gonna search the whole string though, I think. So, I feel like, yeah, I feel like I should be able to actually do better than NeoVim in that sense, but we'll see. Okay. So, time to write the code here. So, anyways, you should get the option when you do that. So, that's the goal, but we'll see. Anyways, now if we do cargo build, it shouldn't give us a ton of errors, which it doesn't. Which is cool. Need to... okay. So, we'll just say eSearch.rs. We'll just call it that. Or actually, move search.rs tag.rs or something. No, wait. what should we call this file? Tag search? E-tag search.rs? That sounds about right. I'll just do that. Okay, so we'll just say struct tag, and name is going to be, so when we parse this, do we want to do address of strings or just normal string? I think we should do address of string, because you shouldn't have to... What even is echo index? Oh. Anyways, so we'll just do name. I think I'm just gonna do the string, and then we'll say the file, and then we'll say the this thing. I don't actually know what it is. We're just gonna say like tag or something. I don't know what we're gonna call this. And we could actually in theory not parse that, but that's fine. I'm just gonna leave it. So impl tag fn from string. I think you technically should like impl from. Oh, that's a thing. Just implement that for tag. Oh, there we go. Name address. Rust. So the syntax. So okay. So this is kind of weird. It's just a Rust thing. This is a lifetime. It's weird. You can't remove it though. You actually need it. Basically, what this tells is this says. Okay. So this is kind of this is a Rust thing. Basically. Whoops. So say you have like a function, like a thing, right? Whatever, right? You have this function, and then you have foo over here, right? And foo calls thing, right? And thing takes some, or is this a good example? I don't know. Anyways, basically, if we say, forget this other function for a second. If we say let tag equals tag, which we'll just do this. This is not valid Rust syntax, but forget about that for a second. Kind of. So what it basically says, this is part of Rust borrow checker. Basically what it says is, okay, if we create a tag here, okay, then it's gonna say, well, we want the tag, the lifetime of this tag, so how long it lives before we drop it, right? Because Rust will automatically insert these drops, okay, to free the memory. We say this tag should live as long as all of these. So it has this lifetime A, and you basically, yeah, exactly. Reference counting at compile time. That's exactly correct. So basically, you have A, which basically, so this is the syntax. The syntax for lifetimes in Rust is this is single quote, and then literally whatever you want here, as long as it's like a valid identifier. And this is a valid identifier, but most of the time you use stuff like A or B. It's just kind of the general thing with Rust is that's kind of the convention. And then, but you can name them whatever you want. And then basically it's saying this tag, the lifetime of how long this tag lives for, should only be as long as the strings it references inside of it. So when you have references inside of a struct, you need to specify this lifetime, basically telling Rust, hey, this tag lives only as long as the references inside of it live. And that makes sense because I think in theory Rust should actually be able to infer this, but it doesn't. Right? In theory, it could infer that, oh, we just live as long as this, but it doesn't. It might in the future. I don't actually know if that's planned to like make its word smarter in that sense. But basically this makes sense because if we were to have just some let blah equals this, right? Right? In Rust, say you call this thing function here, and you say let tag equals thing, and you create a tag in here, right? And it references blah, right? So if its name is blah, and its file is just bit, and its tag is going to be, we'll just say let tag equals tag, right? If we do this, and then we try to return this, right? If we try and just return, and you don't actually have to put the return here in Rust, but you can, you'll note that if we do tag a, and we actually have to instantiate this lifetime, you actually have to instantiate the lifetime like this. It's kind of like generics. If we return that, I think Rust should actually compile time error here. And this is like if we do tag. I thought it was supposed to compile error, but it might be because it's not actually used. One sec. How does that build? Oh, I know why. So basically, in this case, what these strings actually are, so this actually compiles. Now the reason this compiles is because the lifetime of these strings, because they're defined in, no, it's fine, this is actually an interesting detour. In Rust, this thing here, because we define it directly in code, this is actually an address of static string, okay? And this is a special lifetime, and you see this compiles. This is a special lifetime, and basically what this lifetime says is it says this is around for the entire length of the program. This string will always be available. You can reference it whenever you want. It's not going to go away. And this makes sense because these are actually stored in the binary itself. So that's what this tells you. And so that's why this compiles, because we can reference this whenever we want, because it's static, it stays around, it's never gotten rid of, right? So we can do that whenever we want. We can just, we don't care, right? But if you were to instantiate this string, I don't actually know. You can't restrict the lifetime of like a string in Rust like that. So you'd actually need to define a string that is read from like a file. So like if we did like std fs read to string, or actually no, we could even do this, string new, right? Blah is string new. If we do this, you'll note basically we create a new string here that is blah, and we can actually create it and we can say from blah, right? So we have this string now, and we're referencing this string that we allocated on the heap. Yeah, well, static, yeah, sort of. But basically, if we do this, right, where we have blah is now on the heap and we reference it, you'll note that the lifetime of blah ends at the end of this function, right? And Rust will tell you this. If you do cargo check, Rust will say, wait, blah is borrowed here, but it returns a value referencing data owned by the current function. So what it's saying is, well, wait a second. The lifetime of blah here is b, or whatever, right? It's a b string, right? Or, I mean, the reference to blah. So, like, if you were to do let ref equals, or reference, right, is equal address of blah, Rust is, which is what we're basically doing here, we're just using that reference. Rust is saying, well, this blah here is actually a b blah, like that. It's actually a blah that b, where b is the lifetime of this function. So once this happens, once we return here, Rust is, essentially going to be like, well, let tag equals this, we're going to drop blah, and then we're going to return the tag. So you'll note, well, okay, if this is happening, well, blah is going to be dropped while it's being referenced, and that's not okay. We can't allow that, right? Because Rust is going to automatically insert the drop for this at the end of this scope, but it can't do that because this is referenced. And so this will not compile. And so that's what you're telling this. You're saying, well, the tag is only valid when the references inside of it are valid. So that's just one cool thing about Rust. That's why things get complicated with Rust, because you have to deal with these sorts of lifetimes. That's why you get this sort of kind of crazy syntax. It's complexity, but it's there for a reason. And it prevents errors like freeing this memory when you're there. Now, actually, one fun thing is you can actually, in Rust, leaking memory is actually memory safe, or it's not unsafe behavior. You don't have to. It's sound to leak memory. So if you can actually do that. I think you can even do it with this. So if you say like let reference, this is more like memory. This is more like what it's there. I actually I don't remember box leak. I think you can. I thought you could leak memory. How do you leak? I thought you could leak with a string, but you can't. I guess I don't actually know how to do that. But like if we were to have like blah is equal to box of new of like blah like this, we were to store this string on the heap, right, like that. You can actually just do, to get a static reference, you can just leak the memory. So you can say static ref. You can actually, again, you can annotate, hey, this is an address, this is a static string equals blah dot leak. And or well, you actually have to do box leak blah like that. And this is now valid, and if we pass in the static ref instead, it will work because we leaked the memory, which means this memory is never freed, so it's perfectly safe to reference at any time. So yeah, so that's what Rust, that's what lifetimes kind of do. They're just a way, that's Rust's way of analyzing at compile time what's going on in the program, which is fun. Okay, just checking something. Okay, so that's what that does. So now we can implement this. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna parse let mutable parts. That's actually perfectly fine. S.split. Brain leaking. Yeah. Okay. So how do you insert it? How do you insert a tab? Split on tab Rust. I don't actually. I think I don't know. What is the thing for a tab? Is it \t? Tab escape code. I don't remember what it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Horizontal tab. There's a vertical tab? That's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying. So in Rust, we have to collect this into a vec here, because this is an iterator. Actually, no, we don't. I just realized this is an iterator, so we can just iterate over the parts. So we have our little parts thing. We can say let, basically name, parse.next dot, or parse.next, like this. No, wait. That. So you have your \t, okay. So basically we're parsing this. We're gonna say, well, oh yeah, that looks better because it's bigger tabs. Anyways, so we have our first thing is going to be the name. It's gonna be there. Then our file is gonna be the next one, and our thing is going to be the next one. I love how it hey, Copilot automatically did the. Can I make font size bigger? Sure. And then we just return this. So again, it's doing lifetime stuff, which makes sense. So if we collect this into a vec, so we kind of need to. That's not valid. Okay, well we'll just we'll just impl tag here. Boom. Like that. And we'll actually not even return a result, we're just gonna return a tag, which we can actually just use self. And if that's not the case, then we'll just unwrap it. We could also return this as an option of self, which maybe we should do. Actually, that's kind of more the Rust way of doing things. And then you just would basically say sum here. And then you'd basically just say, like, you'd put your question mark operator, like that. And then you'd just unwrap this, which is more rusty. But, I mean, I don't have to do that. I kind of want to assume that these are there, so then just panic otherwise. So, okay, so that should parse it from a string if we do like tests, or actually mod tests. I don't remember how to do tests in Rust, because I never write them. Hash config test, that's what it was. So when you write a test in Rust, you do this super star thing. And what that does is it basically just includes all of these identifiers into this module, this sub-test module, so you can use them. Test from, tag from string. So we'll just say like tag equals tag from string, and we'll just yank this, paste it in here, that, and then we'll just say assert equals. Basically, we'll derive partial equals with this, and we'll just say tag to tag of name is the exclamation point, file is change.txt, and tag is that. Test, and it passes. Cool. Did the item went off screen with width after making font larger? It's kind of off center and the right purpose sign not visible. Oh. There. My bad. Yeah, resized. Okay. So now we can parse tags. So, and again, these tags will be valid only as long as these strings are valid, or this string is valid, which just keeps us from doing extra heap allocations that we don't need to do, because otherwise we'd like allocate the string or something, and that's like, why are you doing that? You don't need to. So now we can implement the binary search, I guess, which I guess would be impl ord for tag. And in Rust, partial ord, and then we can like, okay, well, like this, and we'll just do that. That's exactly what we want to do. And so we can impl ord. Actually, I wonder if we can derive ord, but it would probably do it differently than we want to, so we'll just do it like this. Okay, and now we'll just do another test, which will just be for the fn tag test tag order ord, or something like that. Like this. Just create another tag. We'll just say that tag 2 equals tag from string, but what we'll do is we'll actually yank from here. We'll yank one that's lower down, like that, and then we'll just say tag.comp tag 2, or wait, tag 2 dot assert equals. Yeah, I just fixed it to where the status line is visible, and then we just do that, And there you go. So that should be, so tag, if we compare it to there, it should be less. And it is. So there we go. So there's that. Usually I actually don't even write tests, but I might as well. Because that's what you should do, right? That's how we should write code. Although I guess technically you should write the test first, because test-driven development and stuff, but yeah, I don't do that. Okay, so there's that done. So we've got the ordering done, which is good, because now we can do the comparisons and stuff there. But actually, do we even need that? No, we do. I think we do. Do we? I don't know. But couldn't we just do a find? I'm actually curious. If we do like vec.search, is there like binary? There's a binary search built into Rust. Let's go. Okay, so TDD is, I think it can be valuable. Because it can help you design an API off the bat. But I already actually kind of did that. That was when I was like talking at the start of this stream, right? Was me working through it in my head. So if you do that before, it's kind of pointless, but because you'd just be writing this stuff before you even do it, and like, well, that's kind of annoying. But it can be helpful, I think. I mean, super strict TDD, where it's like if you don't do TDD, you're fired or something. I don't think that's necessarily like, like why would you do that? But you know. Anyways, this should actually be pretty much done. So check this out. So if we do let tags file tags str equals, or tags file equals std fs read to string, and we'll just do user local, what is it? And I know whatever vim runtime, but I'm not actually gonna use nvim for this at all, at least not this binary. So wrap, and then we just say I need to actually make this struct public, and then we'll just say let tags equals tags file dot split, or read, yeah, dot split, like that. Oh, that's I did not know this thing. Anyway, std fs file new whatever. Can you do dot unwrap dot, like we want to do like lines? And it's not worth it. Then we just say, or actually we can just split and then say dot map, basically line, and then we do tag I'll just do it like this. Just do it like that for now. Tag search, tag from string, and then we just say line. And we need to make this a public function. And there we go. Like that. So now, if we just do a little format here, whoops. Okay, now check this out. So if we then do tags file dot binary, or tags collect, we actually have to collect it into a vector, and there's the turbo fish. Gotta love it. Right, here's a little turbo fish. That little turbo fish. Anyways, tags file dot binary, or is that an iterator thing? Oh, I'm not even using the right identifier. That's my binary search. Tag, or binary search. What does this do? By key. That's fine. We'll just do this, and then we'll just say tag name. I don't really feel like we should need to construct the tag to do that, but is there a, anyways, that's fine. We'll just do this. Help. So we want to get help basically. So help, and then file will just like do nothing, and then tag will just do nothing. We'll just say let to search, or we'll just say let needle, which I guess is like the thing. Cargo, what's the problem here? Oh, it doesn't like the, there you go. Just make these public. And that should give us, that should work. Cargo run. And it didn't find it. With a comparator function. Let's see. You would think it would just find it. Yeah, T is ORed. Does this not work? I mean, we tested it, it does work. Why doesn't... What happens if we just do like... It'd be fine if it like wasn't reading the tags actually or something. What? Why doesn't that... Why doesn't that print anything? What? What? Oh. Oh, it's option unwrap on the... Oh, duh. It's having trouble on these. It's the file that it's not liking. Oh, it's the empty line. I got you. We can just filter. There you go. What? Oh, it's the index. I got you. So if we now do... Bam! Look at that. It just works, man. That's so nice. That was so easy. That was so easy. So easy. So now we just want to do fn to URL format, which, yeah, we'll do that. We don't actually care if we allocate here. I don't think. It doesn't really matter. Plus, we kind of need to. So, where's our template? So we have our little template here, kind of thing. Boop. So we'll just say doc-user. So, yeah, we'll just remove the file without, wow, look at that. I just got it. It's awesome. And then here, and then we'll just basically say file without ext, and then the and we'll just say, well, actually that's fine. And then we'll say what's the other thing we want? The self dot name. And there we go. So now if we do let found equals idx equals cool. And if we go here, which you didn't see it because it's opening on another window, but this is the URL generated, and we get the help docs. There we go. We're done. We're done, basically. There we go. So that's that. Pretty much done. And so the only thing is like parsing of the stuff, which is very simple. I mean, the parsing of like the like requests or whatever, like this stuff, like doing the parsing, I already do, and that stuff I'll probably do off stream because like I kind of yeah, I'll probably see that off stream, but you can do that kind of thing. How to implement what? What are you asking? But yeah, so now we just have the binary search. So whenever we do this, we create our needle. Basically, we create the name here, which, yeah, so, okay, so did I take anything from your idea? So, no, I don't think, well, not really, because I don't need to, because I basically can just binary search the tags file. And it just works, like what you were suggesting, just like it just works. I don't need to do that, so I don't need to fuzzy anything, which is very, very nice. But what I'll basically do is I'm also gonna say pub fn from name, so you can just say like you can just provide the name like that. So the search heuristics that literally all help does, it can just binary search. I think it might have some heuristic stuff, but I don't need any of it. I can just binary search because it's alphabetically ordered. So I can just binary search by name. And so all I have to do is just do tag from name and just give it whatever the user gives me, and then binary search it, and then I get the tag that I want, like that, and then that gives me the URL I need. And we're done. As far as like the searching goes, which was way easier than I thought it was gonna be. I don't think I need any heuristics. I mean, I can just try what I have now, cause like I don't even know what heuristics it is. I mean, that's like reading that C code is just like ugh. Cause like I mean anything, like I can just like I can search help file and look cargo run, and it doesn't work. What? I thought that was about what? Why didn't I find it? Huh. Okay, so that's a problem. Hmm. That's a problem, isn't it? Why is that? Why is it like that? I guess that's because we don't do it char by char, isn't it? Hmm. I don't really know how to fix that, honestly. Um. Yeah. So why is that happening? Um. So it doesn't just work. Of course it doesn't. Why would it? Why would it just work? So it searches. See, a fuzzy search would probably fix that, but that's kind of wasteful. If hmm. Now, uh, yeah, feel free to link me to the Lua implementation you're talking about. That might be instructive. Um, um, yeah. So, that's kind of annoying. So actually, that's kind of the way it works now. Like, no joke. Like that's how that like right now it wouldn't link it. But that's gonna be very annoying if you do help file and you don't get anything because it doesn't because you have to add the quotes like that. Like really, like that's not even how it works built in. Like if you do help file, like it's just gonna give you the option. So I thought a binary search would just do that, but it doesn't. So um, I need it. That's annoying. Why doesn't? Is there a way to? Is there like an easy way of fixing that? Or is that just like not really? Maybe it's like the comp, wouldn't it be? Yeah, it'd be like comp or something. Like we could do instead of self.name.comp, we could convert the. How does comp work? How does comp? Because maybe I could just write my own comparison function instead of just using the built-in thing, and then that would probably fix it, right? So you do like a score, maybe? I don't actually even know if that would work. But like you score it, like how close it. Well, no, that wouldn't make any sense actually. I need to like give it a ordering less or ordering not. But that doesn't change the way the binary search works, because the binary search is going to look for an exact match instead of there. So I might have to write my own binary search, which I don't want to do. I mean, how to fix that? Any ideas? Okay, I can't pronounce your name at all. There's no way I'd be. Yeah, I'd totally butcher it. I'm not even gonna try. But I can. You know what? Actually, I can probably find it myself. Actually. Or wait, no. Maybe in here. Actually, even better. Bam. Found it. Find tags. So it does score them. You know, I could just rewrite this in Rust. How good is this, right? Like how... Yeah, that's not actually that complicated. Tag file search, doc tags. I don't even need to write this code. Find tags. Tag file search. So in pairs of files, find and tag file. So this is literally all I need to do. You score it, and then I'm guessing you sort by score and get the last one or whatever. Yep, func A at 4 is less than B at 4. Wait, what? What is that doing? Find tags. Score entry tag add? Oh, is that the heuristic? No. It's a boolean. What does the boolean do? What is the return value from this? Result that matches just like an entry at 1. File name, entry at 3, score. So that's the score. So you sort it by the score, and then you do get the last. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you just so currently it's just printing the results, but you just get the last one, or no, you get you get the last one if you want the highest score, which I'm guessing is the one that you want to get, or the lowest score is well, no, it'd be the highest score, isn't it? Okay, I'll just re-implement this. Why not? So binary search is not what we want, I guess. Binary search is like the easy way out, but yeah, I'll just do that. That sounds about right. Okay, I'll just implement that in Rust. Why not? Okay, so we'll just like tag search, which we'll just find there, and we'll just create a function. Search tags. One sec. Let's. Yeah. Okay. Ugh. Almost just fell on my face. Well, no, I almost tripped, but okay. So tags. We're gonna take a vector of tag. Pretty simple. Also, I think you can't you do like address of like tag like this, and that will actually still work. And then you don't have to like take a vector. But in any case, we have to like score it, so that means we need a different data type that we're gonna return, I guess. Yeah, we'll just do that. So the result, I don't know. I don't really want to like clone the whole thing, but I guess that's fine. That's fine. We'll just do that. But obviously we're not actually going to use tags. We're going to actually create a new struct. And this will be whatever this thing is. So, what is entry at 1? Tag equals entry at 1. Oh, this is like contents for line tag. Okay. And then it sets entry at 1. Entry at 1 is just the oh right, yeah. Lua is 1 indexed. Which is very weird. I don't like that at all. Or well, that's annoying, but it's fine. So tag, pub tag. This is probably misleading of a name for the struct, isn't it? Yeah, probably. I don't know. We're just gonna go with the name of this here anyways. It's fine. Or we'll just tag name, maybe? Also, this is an anonymous struct, which you can't even do in Rust. So, what am I doing here? So tag name, what are we gonna call this? Just like scored tag or something? I don't know. Just call it that. It's fine. And I guess we'll give it an anonymous lifetime, maybe? I guess. That's what we'll do, I guess. So oh, so at man, that's interesting. Okay, so that's just dropping that. So just like pub f name no x underscore a string, which again we might not do references in all of these. We'll just see how it goes. Entry at 3, which I'll just call like pub underscore. Actually, I don't even need this. We don't care about that. There, and then score, which we have, and then t. What is t? T is equal to, I don't, okay, we'll just say pub, it's a string, I don't know, pub t. That's a great variable name. It's really, no, just, I don't know, it's fine. So we're basically just gonna copy this, which is totally valid. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's fine. No, there really isn't actually, because I'm just gonna kind of shamelessly copy this, because I don't. Should I say shamelessly copy it, or should I like write it out line by line? I'll probably learn more if I like write it out line by line, but I gotta fix every line anyways, because Rust doesn't have the same syntax as Lua. So we'll just write it. Yeah, we'll just write it. It's fine. Or actually, here's what I'll do. We'll just do it like this. Okay. Is this all the right indentation here? Okay, it is. Cool. So, okay, so we'll just say let mutable, or well, no, that's fine. So if line equals there, so if tag dot is or dot empty. Oh wait, what? Name. Or no, this is the lines, isn't it? So, because like if we're iterating over already parsed, we don't need to do that then. We'll just say lines, and that'll just be like a vec of string, which would actually potentially render a lot of what I'm doing very, very useless. Yeah, okay. Well, in that case, we could just, you know what? We could actually just do a score tag and then map over scoring all the tags and then you sort. Yeah, let's do that. That's better. I like that better. And then the scored tag is going to be the normal tag, essentially. We'll do that. That's way better. I like that better. Fname no x, so file no x, we'll call it that, and we'll just basically drop it. So, or well, we'll leave the x on because we can just always get rid of it later. And then tag we don't care about, and then pub score, it's gonna be 932. And then what were the other things in our scored tag? So we also have t, which is a beautiful variable name. It tells you so much about what is happening here, right? I know exactly what t is, just solely based on the fact that it's called t. Right. No, I actually don't. Oh, it's type. Ah, yeah, it's type. iCase, I guess. I guess it's type, maybe? Is that the only time it's assigned? No, yeah, t is type, I think. That makes sense. We're gonna call it actually type though. We're not gonna pull it. Oh, right, in Rust, so in Rust, that's actually a that's a reserved keyword. How fun. So you can use reserved keywords if you do this, but that's not exactly beautiful. But we'll do it anyways for the sake of using features that we probably shouldn't actually use, but we're going to use anyways. So, there you go. So that's all we need to do. We can create it from a string. We can also do file tag, whatever. We can also do score is 0, and our hash type is also this. This is not exactly a valid state, but we'll just go with it. Okay, so when we parse from a string, this is actually going to be from score from string. Should we do it like score from string or like score from string and score. We'll call it like that. And we don't need to do that. Okay. So we'll do from string and score. Actually, we'll just do from string here, and then we'll copy paste. This is dumb, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I want to have this function available because we might want to have a more bare bones version potentially. Actually, we do want a more bare bones version, but we might just keep it internal because like that, you know. So that way we don't have to do that parsing at the start. We can just parse it like that. And we're going to want to do mutable from string and score. So that way we can score it and there, and then we'll just return tag at the end. So we'll just say, obviously, we're going to assume the line is not empty, which actually we'll do here. Just do a little assert here. Or we can just do a debug it. Well, we'll just leave it. We don't need to assert. It's fine. So if line is empty, we're just going to assume it isn't. And we'll even put that in the doc string. Will be nice. Assumes line s is not empty. So entry, I just got pings. Oh, okay. So entry. So we have the entry. We have the tag match position. What? What is that doing? I have no context for that. What? What is patterns? Generate search patterns. Given use it should be a tag and return the loop patterns to search. Oh. Interesting. So that's an ignore case pattern. You know, I don't think I actually need to do all of this. If you do case wrong, then that's your problem. What is the escape pattern? And wildcard? I don't even know what that does. We're just gonna search with the string. Or like whatever. Oh, so it does multiple matches. I guess you could do this with regex. It's annoying. I don't want to write all this. Yeah. I guess I didn't. I mean, yeah, I haven't really done much with the. I don't know. This is more. I mean, staring at the code is obviously not very effective. Replacements? What is that doing? Because I might just be able to do like replacements and figure it out. Because obviously really the only thing I care about is finding the ones with quotes. Because I mean beyond that I don't know. I mean I could just be like, hey, you have to put the quotes in there. And that's actually perfectly valid for a normal implementation. I feel like I don't, I don't think it matters. But where is replacements used? Okay, I see. So what it does, or wait, what do I see? What does it do? guess it does that for scoring purposes? Who knew this was actually so crazy? Case insensitive and wildcards enabled. Oh, because you can use wildcards. I actually don't care about that feature right now. Normal. I should probably just copy this code so I can actually like test it myself, so I'm not just like reading it and guessing. But I don't understand why you would replace that stuff. Because just because you replace a star, like a star with a star. Oh, I guess that's because if you're using wildcards, you need to do that. But beyond that, I mean, I'm not doing the wildcard craziness because I don't care. So, I might have to figure this out later. I might have to get off this, stop the stream. But I don't know. Mooly apply. But I don't know. Hmm. Wildcard match. Oh, so if it's a wildcard match, you score it, and so you want to go wildcards before others. If the match is case insensitive, you want to do that. But I still don't understand how it matches the quoted ones. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm happy keeping this as something that I don't do for now, potentially. But none of the tests here um, actually do much in that sense. So if we, right, let's copy this and paste it real quick. Check this out. So if we come over here, right, we do this, right, and we'll just say w blah.lua. Luya? Not what I want. Okay. So if we now have that, right, it's gonna give you matches, right? Comp.visible, which is interesting. But it, like what I want to do is do m.x help, and let's do help file, but without the quotes, right? Because I'm curious how that. Whoops. Escaped. Oh. Oh. That's not actually that hard. And we can still do a binary search. Oh. Well, this actually is not that hard then. Because, check this out. Escaped, right? Escaped is easy. Because literally all you do, right? With the escape pattern, right? But it literally just gets rid of quotes. I actually don't even know how that works. This works, actually. Oh, it only gets letters. It's like a little regex thing. I don't think Rust has regex built in. I don't think it has it in the stdlib. Does it have it in the stdlib? I don't think so. Yeah, no, it doesn't. I didn't think so. So, Lua's better than Rust. No, I'm just kidding. Literally, you can just replace that stuff. What does this do? I mean, I forget. Lua patterns. I don't. Lua, why couldn't it just use regex? It makes my life more difficult. That it doesn't. Wow, that's bright. My eyes are burning. No. So, percent. Okay, oh, that's literal characters, right? So the percent W is literal. Well, no, that's not actually correct. Percent is how you're supposed to escape it. Oh, but percent W is a special case for, I think, anything in like a word. And then this is Oh, this is a case where if it's not, I think it's like if this is a case where if it's not there, but I don't know what the percent one is doing at all. Um, I don't really see how that works, honestly. Um, oh, it prints. It escapes it? Oh, percent is probably escaping a percent. That's hilarious. Um, but why does escaped? No, no, yeah, I don't know what that's doing. Normal? Why does that not? Oh, that's the escape pattern. Wait a minute. That's the pattern. This is the pattern itself that it generates, which means when you G sub that, it does something, right? I think. Let me think here. So when you G sub, right, local, let's just like drop the X help over here, right? It generates a pattern that literally is just help file. Or wait, no, wait a second. I gotta figure this out later. Actually, I gotta go. But this was fun. I might stream. I probably won't. I don't know. I probably won't stream later today. But I'll look around, see if I can get it to work. But the binary search works for case sensitive. But for case insensitive, or for, well, like I need to figure out a way to deal with the quotes not being there. Which I guess what I could do. I mean, I could literally just do like, if you don't find it, add quotes, and then if you don't find it, like, whatever. But yeah. Anyways, I gotta go. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to the stream. 'Twas fun. Later.